Hi everybody, it's Martha. Excuse me. You'd think I hadn't spoken at all today. I have. But I have a frog as usual because I was just outside sitting in the sun for a few minutes. I hope this finds everybody well. Welcome back to me making 100 hearts in 100 days for the 100-day project. 100. I get lazy when I speak. The 100-day project. So as you can see, I've already started here. And the reason I already started here is because this has taken me several days to figure out. And it took me at least 2.5, maybe 3 hours this morning alone just to work out what I wanted to do, what I needed to do. I had these two lined up first and sewed them on, but they came out really wonky, like they were way over this way too far. And then I put this one on because this is supposed to be in the center, and ended up the center, the hole was like over here. And I said, nope, took that all out. And I didn't do it with the pistol stitch. I did them with just sewing thread. And I was just sewing around the edges. And I thought, no, number one, this is taking me for freaking ever. So as you can see, I have pistol stitches on there. So I do it like a clock. I do these two and these two, and then I do the ones in the center. And as you can see, if I give you a close-up, I also have French knots in the middle of them all. Try not to jiggle, but move my light a little more. There. Hopefully that's okay. So I was smart, and when I figured out what pattern I wanted them in, I took a photograph on my iPad, because if I take it on my phone and I want to record, then I can't look at the picture on my phone while I'm recording. So I'm lucky enough to have an iPad. I wish I could record on my iPad, but this iPad is a newer iPad than the one that's the light. Than the one I had before. It's much heavier. And when I put it in the holder, which actually does fit in the phone holder that I have my phone in now, the arm that holds the phone to record with, when I put it in there, even if I don't like zoom in on the screen when I'm recording, if I want to see the screen, which I can right now, I can see what you're seeing, then the picture's way too close. And I'm in a chair where I can't really jump up. I'm in a stationary chair. It's not a rolling chair. And my situation is everything I need is within arm's reach. So I don't have a lot of room. And the recording arm sits on a tray table, a, TV tray table. So I can't really jiggle it too much, or you will get totally seasick. So I got the third one on, and I thought I was doing fairly well. I'm going to knock wood when I say that. As far as the composition coming together. So I thought, well, I'll do a few with you, and I will probably have to turn off the video and then bring you back when I am further along. Otherwise, this is going to be a totally slow process and very boring for you, particularly because I have absolutely zero to talk about. I made a video yesterday and had very little to talk about, and I've only gotten one comment on the video. Thank you, Robin. As always, you're there for me. And I think everybody has probably lost interest in this project since it's much of the same thing over and over and over again. And that's fine. I knew that was going to happen. But it makes it a little hard to want to. Now, what I'm trying to do with these, it makes it a little hard to want to come back and keep doing videos. But I like sharing, and if anybody comes along that wants to see this, then that's fine. Okay, what I'm trying to do is not go in at that angle. Yes, you can see me, but I have to move it over here. See, the problem with this is I do have to lift it up some. I'm trying to make the angle more that way without pulling the fabric that way. Hold on. Okay. I don't know if you can hear that hum from outside. I don't think you probably can. But it's a pretty nice day. It's almost 50 degrees. The sun is out. I don't know if you can, if I move my leg, you can see the sunshine right there on the floor. It hasn't hit my lap yet. It probably will within an hour. But a lot of people out blowing leaves because even though it's spring, there are a ton of leaves on the ground around here all the time. Like, all the time. If it snows, which it did not, it snowed last week, it snowed, but it didn't stick. But we have had years where we've had a couple feet of snow, actually. One year we had several feet of snow. But anyway, we usually typically get very light snowfall in this area. But even if it snows, dead leaves are falling on top of that snow because we have a ton of oak trees in this area. And I've mentioned before, I live in a community called Lake of the Woods, which obviously means there are lakes here and lots of trees. So the majority of trees here are oak. And there are various kinds of oak trees. And some of them, it's not going in where I want it to go. Hold that thought while I concentrate here. The majority of those oak trees, I don't know which type they are, hold on to the leaves, not all of their leaves, but they hold on to a substantial amount of leaves even through the winter. They're dead leaves, but they don't fall off the trees. So they end up falling all winter. And then when the new leaves come out in the spring, there's still dead leaves falling off the trees. So, I don't know. It makes for a mess around here, that's for sure. There's always leaves to be blown and discarded. I think leaf blowers are one of the most annoying noises there are in the world. They're monotonous and they're loud and they have a certain hum to them that's just annoying to the system. That's how I feel. Oh my goodness. So I do hope, I am using the fine crochet thread that I had bought. It's in one of my previous videos, one of the earlier videos of this series, I believe. So it seems to be working pretty well, though. The needle I'm using I'm happy with, but it's pretty hard to get this thread through the needle. So let's see. So this is the first day all week that we didn't go well, I didn't go anywhere. Tony went a couple places. But I opted to stay home, stay quiet, enjoy the piece and do some stitching. So I literally have been working on this since probably, well, let's see. I didn't get up very early. Sort of had one of those weird nights where I woke up at, I think it was around 3:15. Oh, this is a long thread. 3:15, something like that. Could not get back to sleep. Just couldn't do it. So annoyed that I could not get back to sleep. And so I was awake until 6:30. And when I'm awake like that, I just sit up and, you know, look at my phone or whatever. I just deal with it. Because I cannot stay laying down and toss and turn and toss and turn and toss and turn. Okay. Hoping that's enough into that fabric that it doesn't fray, and it's very close to the edge, but I think I'm okay. I am going to anchor it just in case. Can't hurt, right? So I'm just going to anchor it on these other threads here. There. All right. Okay. Now I'm not doing the French knots right now. I should, because my thread is right there. But I'm just not. Because if I do that, it will take up probably the next 2 hours. And I certainly do not have anything to speak about for 2 hours. So there you go. Not even sure I have anything to speak about for the next 5 minutes. Okay, now I have to look at my picture again, see which one's next. So I think I'm going to put the white one there. It's white with little teeny, can you see the polka dots? Little tiny blue polka dots on it. Show the other side, Martha. There you go. Yay, and my phone auto-focused. Thank you, little telephone. All right, now in my picture, that's really way closer to, oops, it's more up here, but I have to keep it within the confines of the heart. Might have to squish it a little. Okay. Alrighty. Now, these are not the best yo-yos or Suffolk puffs in the world. I know that. So please don't judge me by my yo-yos. I'm getting better. I had to redo this purple one 3 times. Because number one, for some reason it kept coming undone. And then finally I doubled up my sewing thread and did it, and it came out really, really well. So this one is a little sad looking, but we're going with it. As I make more Suffolk puffs, I learn how to do them better and better. So I'm going to try and squish that one up there. And there's a lot on the edge there that's going to be very tricky. So again, I'm going to have to make sure that I keep it within the confines of the backing fabric. And this backing fabric does unravel really easily. All right, let's turn this. No, it's not going to work that way. So I'm going to, sorry, I'm mumbling to myself, trying to make sure I get it on there well. And if I have to make the pistol stitch not go all the way to the edge, that's fine too. I'm okay with that. Now I have put Suffolk puffs on before and had the pistol stitch come out here onto the backing fabric, but I want to make sure these stay where they're supposed to stay because I don't know what this will be used for. And if it has a lot of, usage, whether it's a patch on jeans or a jacket or a zipper pouch or something like that. Well, that's not very helpful, is it? I want to make sure that these won't come undone. This hadn't happened till I turned the camera on. Why is it? I know my strand is way too long, but when you use knots, not these knots, but pistol stitch type of knots and French knots, it uses a lot of thread. And threading this needle is a challenge, as I've said. All right. So I'm trying to be lazy, maybe is the word. I don't know. Okay. I don't want that overlapping, so I'm going to squish this in a little bit. But that's okay. Oop, almost hit the camera with my head. Sometimes the process I'm using creates challenges, but I'm learning to deal with those. Just try to have patience. So we loaded a few things into the van last night after dinner. Just simple things. We had taken out a lot of this stuff. And this doesn't mean we're going anywhere immediately. But it's just been too cold. It's getting too cold at night. And our RV does not have... The water is kept inside, but there are external pipes that if we have water in them and it's cold for more than 6 hours or 8 hours at a time, then the water can freeze and burst a pipe. And we had that happen once. Luckily, the part that broke was easy to replace. However, that's not always the case. Like in the bathroom that's in our van, there's a wall with pipes behind it. And I don't know what happens if those pipes have a leak or something, because you'd have to tear the whole shower wall out. And I'm not sure how that would go. So, and how much damage that would do, and how much would it have to be replaced, and so forth. I'm going to move the camera just a little bit towards me because I tend to work up close and I don't want to pull it too far away from you. Okay. So Tony has been wanting to... Oh, well, let me explain this first. We have to winterize the van. And winterizing the van means that you use this special antifreeze that is supposedly safe for consumption in small amounts. So it's not poisonous or toxic, so to say. Although I don't want to drink it. And last year we did not drain enough of the pink stuff out. That's what I call it, the pink stuff. And I went to take a shower and I could smell it in the shower water. Not cool. So, not that we went out a whole lot last year. I think we went out twice. I think that's all of them. It's hard to see on the white. Okay, yay. I feel like this is going better than it was at the beginning because, boy, it was a long process to get to this point. And this was not my original plan. My original plan was to sew them all down separately with, like, sewing thread. But I like this much better, so that's good. Anywho, so we need to dewinterize the van before we can think about going anywhere so that we have the use of the water. But, okay, let's see. So the blue one goes there. Kind of like that white one did there. So I'm doing this one here. There we go. So we have to dewinterize the van. I said that already. This actually goes up here a little more. And that involves draining all the pink stuff out and then running water through all the pipes until all of the pink stuff is gone. So that's the sink in the kitchen, or the galley, as it's called. I guess that comes from boat talk. And then there's the bathroom sink, which we don't use, but it has to be winterized and dewinterized. And the bathroom shower. And the toilet. And time to let my yarn untwist, or my thread rather. The toilet, and then we do that and get all of that out of there. And we have to do that several times. And then there's an external spigot too, but we haven't been able to hook the hose up to it. Excuse me. Couldn't get it at all last year. So I don't know what's going on with that, but we've never used it except to winterize and dewinterize, so we've just left it and pray that it still has the enough of the stuff in it that it won't ever burst in the winter. But it really should be fixed. Anywho's. So once we get all of that done, there's nothing keeping us from hopping in and going somewhere, except the inavailability of campsites. It's crazy because, like, getting into a state campground, they're all fully booked for the whole year now. Not just our state. It's like just about any state campground. It's crazy. how fast these campgrounds are booking up. Like, I guess because so many people got campers and RVs and trailers and whatever class of RV you want to talk about over the pandemic. It's just insane trying to get a place to stay. So we're going to try a few different places this year. There's Army Corps of Engineer places, which are almost always on water, which I love. But they book up really fast too because they're inexpensive. And then there's the private campgrounds, but they can charge whatever they want because supply and demand, and their businesses. Yeah, it's just crazy. We have one definite trip planned for May. These did not come out very even. You know, this one came out so perfect, but I think it's because I talk when I'm with you. And I'm not focused very well. This blue fabric. Ow. I have a couple of really special fabrics that I love a lot, and that blue fabric is one of them. It's got little various pink flowers, like little roses on it. Just love it. Love the blue on it. Okay. It's not very even, like I said. Looks like it needs one more right there, but that one was actually supposed to be over there, and I messed that up. I'm not going to worry about it. Just moving along. Move it along, lady. Move it along. But there's also a program called Harvest Hosts, where it includes breweries, wineries, farms, churches, museums, and golf courses if you pay extra for the golf course package. So we've never tried it because probably 98% of them or 99% of them don't have hookups. And if it's really hot, we have to have the air conditioner on or I cannot deal with it. So I am a princess when it comes to needing air conditioning. The heat we can deal with because it runs on propane if we need it, and we're fine with that. And we only have one solar panel, and we have regular batteries, not lithium batteries. We've talked about upgrading, but we just haven't decided on doing that yet. And we can get by without being plugged in anywhere for a night. We can get by. Unless we need the air conditioner. We do have a generator, but the generator is loud and noisy and vibrates a lot, and it's at the back of the van right under where the beds are. So it would not be an extremely restful night if we had to run the generator and have the air conditioner running. And some places don't want you running a generator while you're, there because they're noisy. So, I don't know. We're going to give it a shot because hopefully April and May won't be too hot. However, I saw a weather thing saying that we are, is there one there? There is one there already. Okay. That we are expected to have higher than normal temperatures this summer in our area. And all up the East Coast, I believe I saw. So that'll make it interesting. Okay. Untwirl. I think I'll get one more out of this. That'll probably be it. Come on. Can I get one more? Probably not. I'm gonna mess with. I have a big ball of this. Don't be cheap, Martha. Isn't that the time to be frugal? Right? Right. Oh, I wish that guy would quit blowing with the leaf blower. Whew, it's annoying. I would open my door. I'm a little warm with the sun coming in, but guy with the leaf blower makes that impossible. Okay. This piece isn't quite as long. I'll finish this pink one. And we'll see what the next one is. Come on. That wool was itching me right through my leggings. Now, granted, my leggings are very thin, but it just goes to show how sensitive I am to this wool. Yay. Okay. Do you ever find yourself holding your breath when you're trying to thread a needle? Or am I the only one? So let me know if you own an RV or if you travel in the summer. For heaven's sakes. Or if you have a favorite place to go. My favorite place to go is Maine, near the ocean. Unfortunately, a lot of other people feel the same way. And it's very expensive. Again, supply and demand. Everybody can charge more because so many people want in. Oh my goodness gracious, that's the first one I've messed up. Not too bad. All right. And knot it off again. Oop, I don't think that's the one it was on. How silly. I was supposed to knot it to this one. Oops. Okay. And onward and upward. But I really do love to be near any water. It's very soothing to me. Okay, so brown one. So this brown one goes here. And if there's a little spot that's more oblong, I try and put that to fill in the spaces. Now, I'm not crazy about the background showing through. I probably should have used some sort of colored fabric to do the background with, and I would have been happier. But I didn't. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do about it. Do you have any ideas? What I could do about it? I'm thinking French knots. Either in white or just use some sort of fun variegated color or something. Because, you know, French knots. They're easy. Oh, that's way off kilter. Boy, I've always said I can't sew in a straight line. I can't. Yikes. I can't cut a straight line, can't draw a straight line. Sometimes even with a ruler, I have a problem drawing a straight line. So, my goodness. I'm a challenge to myself. Always have been, always will be. So, are you doing anything special this weekend? Did you do anything special for St. Patty's Day? Do you have any special plans for summer? Mm-hmm. Do you have any special projects planned? Any classes you're going to attend? Do you belong to any special stitching groups? Whether in real life or on Facebook or anything like that? I did that one exchange, the patch exchange. That was interesting. The young lady that I was partnered with in Canada, she, very sweet, but she didn't know a whole lot about slow stitch. I had made her a needle book as a gift just because I got excited about it. And she didn't know what it was or how to use it. That's how little experience she has with stitching. So she didn't seem overly thrilled with it, which was fine. But that seems to happen to me when I join exchanges. So I don't know that I'll do it again. That was the patch exchange that a friend of mine told me I should join on Instagram. So, but the patches she made were nice fabric, extremely nice fabric. So that was nice. And I ended up not going to the stitching needlework show at the Woodlawn Plantation because it's $15 to get in. And Tony's not that interested in it. And spending $30 on it just wasn't, when he wouldn't be that interested, wasn't what we wanted to do. And I could go by myself, but I think I've said before, we're trying to find more things to do together. All right, now all the little ones to fill in. Oh boy. All right, can you see that? All the little ones to fill in. So I have the purple one up here. Now these are going to be tricky. I don't know how I'm going to get these on. This purple one's kind of a shabby. I didn't fold the edges under or anything. I might just not put knots in these. Not them. That's a concept. Some of them I might, some of them I might not. Or I could always go back and put the knots on afterwards. You know? All you have to do is put a French knot up there. It's all pistol stitches anyway. Try not to jab that needle right up through my thumbnail because, you know, Been there, done that, and it hurts. So I woke up this morning, 3:15-ish. I think I told you that. Went back to sleep at 6:30. Woke up at 9:30. Hard way to get 9 hours of sleep. But sometimes that happens. Now, the night before that, I think it was the night before that, I slept like 8 hours straight through, never woke up. That was easy. Way easier without having to do knots, right? So it was a late start for me this morning. But it's Saturday, and it's my lazy day today, as far as I'm concerned. All right, purple. And this side is the pink one. Isn't that pretty? Oop, pretty pink. I think I will do this the same way. So tell me what you think you would do with all these empty spaces, please. I don't know what I'm going to do. Like I said, I think it's going to have to be knots, because I don't think there's any other way to really fill it in. I mean, it doesn't really need to be filled in. It's just, I don't like it poking through. Well, this certainly goes way faster. Woohoo! Okay. Yowie. That hurt. I think I need one more right here. Okay. I'm going to knot it down here, so I don't have any loose ends hanging off from knotting it. I'm going to just tie it off down here. So there's no loose ends hanging off the edge. Okay. Next. All right. So the next one is two light ones on these sides, and then dark blue and tan. So I'm going to do, I think that's the yellow with the blue in it, that one right there. And this one is, what one is that one? That one? Maybe? No? I think it's this one over here. Yeah. Okay, more thread. So this is how it's going. And we're at 45 minutes. So I'm going to cut this video off, and I'm going to attach the rest of these, since you've seen the process on how I'm doing it, and you're probably taking a good snoozy nap by now, or you've gotten up and forgotten that I was on and walked away and made yourself a cup of tea or whatever. So I am going to do the rest of this and come back and add to the video when I'm done and let you see the finished product. I mean, half of this video is me trying to thread the dang on needle. All right. But it's always fun when there's success. All right, I will be back to add on to this video, so do not go anywhere. It may be hours for me, but I will get this done. It'll only be a momentary, oh my gosh, momentary blip on the screen for you. I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. It's been at least 2 hours, a little over 2 hours since I turned the video off. And all I did was get up and drink some water and stretch in between. So it's done. I made one new yo-yo because I didn't like the couple that I had left were too light. There were too many light ones together. So this green one here is a new yo-yo, which took me 3 times to do because I kept messing it up. So I have them all on. I have not done anything with the background yet. Haven't decided if I will. All these have French knots in them. Any of the ones, like I didn't do that one or these little tiny ones, I may add to those later. I am so overstitching for today. I mean, altogether, this probably took me 4 or 5 hours. Altogether, that's not including breaks or anything else. So this is heart number 25. So I will put that on the back, and we are 1/4 of the way through the 100-day project. And I have to say I'm a bit proud of myself. However, I don't think I'll be doing such a labor-intensive heart again for at least another 25. Because this puppy was really, really, really a lot of work. So I'm trying to show you a very close up. Now the little ones, I just did simple stitches to stitch them down, going across in each direction, kind of a clock shape. These larger ones, I did the pistol stitch on. And there's the messy back. So thanks for joining me on this little journey. I appreciate it. If you hung in there and you're still hanging in there, I really appreciate it. Hi, Robin. I hope you're speeding through these or you're working on something yourself while I am doing these, but I do appreciate your viewing these and subscribing, and give me a thumbs up if you care to. So I will be back. I'm not sure when, but I'll keep making a heart a day for the next 75 days. I love you all. Take care, everybody. Have a great weekend and a great day, whatever day you're watching this, and I'll see you later. Bye.